All right, we are back for episode 6 of Timberborn. I'm Lukamundo, and we are going to be looking at what happened between 5 and 6, episode 5 and episode 6. So I tried playing a little bit off-screen. We'll let these guys go at 1 speed here. I tried playing off-screen, and I tried getting some things done. As soon as episode 5 ended, within the next day, I lost almost all of my beavers due to a lack of food, and so I worked tirelessly to try to get that back, to try to get that up and running again. As you can see, we have gone ahead and removed all of the blueberry bushes, because blueberry bushes, let's go ahead to the planting of plants. Blueberry bushes produce 3 berries every 12 days. Totally just not something that's good when carrots can produce 3 in 4 days. So literally they produce 3 times the amount of a blueberry bush. So we went ahead and wiped all the blueberry bushes away. We've added all of the carrots. And also down here, I did have a large field of wheat, and I had 1 wheat mill or grist mill and a bakery, and they were baking breads, and things were going okay, but it just all went kaput. Unfortunately, I had 0 food, and everyone just starved to death. Almost everyone. I think I had a population of I'm pretty sure I was less than 15 beavers left. So yeah, that was pretty bad. So it took a while. So here's what we've got. We've got these 2 bakeries, and they're doing grilled chestnuts and grilled potatoes only when they need it. Unfortunately, we're not really gathering much for chestnuts right now. I think I'm going to put some gatherers here, though, so that they can gather the chestnuts. I think that would be a great addition now that we're back to a stable state. Let's zoom out here. Okay, so he can gather, he can gather quite a range away, so we'll put him there. So he'll gather all these chestnuts and the potatoes. I'm really not doing a lot with potatoes. Honestly, these farmers are just not focusing on potatoes. I mean, this guy prioritizes carrots, but this guy doesn't, and this guy doesn't. So technically they should be harvesting potatoes, but they're not. And that's just because of I need to have a steady supply of food. Now, thankfully, we are doing pretty well. We have, looks like we've had grilled potato, we've got bread, we've got carrots, and we're producing lots of bread. This is what I want to be building. I want a 2nd grist mill, I want a 2nd bakery, and we're just going to go for it. This particular one is housing, it looks like it's housing the flour, wheat flour, and this one is just housing wheat. So let's go ahead and also grab in some more crop. Let's grab some wheat. Let's fill this up, and let's go back for it. Now, I did remove that. I removed all the carrots down here because, and I had put a whole carrot crop, but I don't really know. I'm not quite understanding it. It seemed like we were going through so much water. If you notice, these ones aren't even getting filled up. And these pumps are supposed to be going. Let's go ahead and speed up. Now we are on 6.1 days left of the drought. Let's see where our water level is at. Our water level's okay. Let's go ahead and drop it down to 1.5 and then pull it right back up. Just kind of ease it into it. I love being able to control the floodgate ourselves. Now, I do have, and this is where I've talked about it before, we have kind of like a perpetual cycle, where we're pumping water down here, and then we are going and we are kind of putting water back in here so that we can continue to keep this reservoir up. Plus, we're then pumping water out. Now, I've had to get a lot of water pumps. I do want to get some automated water pumps at some point, but those things cost 5,000 science. I had a lot of science. I spent some of it on like the large water tank and whatnot, and we're just not filling it up that easily. It's taking forever to fill up, honestly. And we are pumping out our water. Let's go ahead and drop that down to 1.5, I think. Let's make sure that this is a height of 1, but yep, that should keep it stable. Okay, let's kind of nudge it down to 1, and then we'll back it off. There we go. Nudge it down to 1 again. Back it off. There we go. So it overflowed just a tiny bit, which is fine. So we've kind of got this chain of reservoir going on. Now, this is pretty tall. I'm pretty sure here. Let's see. Yeah, we've still got quite a bit of water left, and our floodgate can go all the way down. So that's pretty good. I plan on at some point dynamiting out all of this, getting rid of all these trees, so that we can give a nice large reservoir at the beginning. Okay, so let's go ahead and focus on our next task, which is to increase our... Yeah, let's unpause this. Let's increase our metal production. I mean, we do have a large pile of scrap metal. Let's go ahead and put a second large pile. I'm tempted to actually get the underground pile, but let's go like this. We need scrap metal. All right, perfect. They'll do their job. Yeah, I think that's all we'll do there. I'm also kind of tempted to kind of run down this way and start another population, another district, excuse me. I don't think I can go much further. Let us check, actually. So it looks like we can go all the way down to here, okay? That's pretty good. We could put another dam here, and that would just give us more of this space, but in more water, honestly. But I'm not quite sure if we need to do that right now. So we're doing awesome on grilled chestnuts as well as the potato. That's good. That's good. We've got a nice surplus of food. That means we can probably have more beavers, but I'm tempted not to. We've got 13 beavers that need jobs. So let's go ahead and let's unpause as many jobs as possible. Bakery. There we go. Let's do bread. Let's do wheat flour. We're going to let our reservoir build up because the drought is ended, which is awesome. So let's go ahead and pull this down to half. And our reservoir is all built up. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, yeah, water wheels are working now. Look at what just happened. We just flooded the entire neighborhood, the entire place. Although that shows us where water can go to, I guess. So that's pretty cool. But there we go. We finally have power again, and we're just waiting for that water to all get settled. Perfect. Let's go ahead and let's add another gathering post. That way, these guys can continue collecting more and more metal. I'm also thinking of somehow putting some sort of, like, I don't really know what to do. I want to get waterworks over here somehow, but I'd have to divert it. I'd have to ruin this whole entire area. I'd have to, like, plug it up. So, but it might not be a bad idea. So we are going to be putting a larger dam in preparation for flooding this area. And when we flood that area, it will flood all of this area. And that will create a ton of extra water. So I'll want to put a dam up here as well. And so, matter of fact, let's do that right now. So I'm going to have a whole lake here, which means that we'll have to demolish all of this stuff eventually. I don't plan on doing that right yet, but when that happens, that lake, I might even build this up too high so that the lake can overflow in this direction. Wow, look at these trees. I mean, there's so much wood here, all that maple. I will never run out of lumber. So we are at an average well-being of 12. We don't have wet fur. I do think it's a waste of money, honestly. But, oh, and we're dumping. We can actually disable that one and that one. Looks like we've also got our large tank all the way filled up. Hopefully they'll start filling up these. And they are, by the looks. They just don't keep water in them often, unfortunately. Which, we can't do anything about that. But we've got plenty of water storage everywhere now, which is fantastic. This dam is building, which is awesome. Let's go ahead and see. Have they built any of these yet? No, they haven't even touched them yet, unfortunately. What we'll do is we're going to put a small factory here with some windmills up on top of the hill that will power, several plank, or maybe actually just several of the metal factories. What are they called? Not factories. Several smelters that will turn the scrap metal into metal. What do they call them? Metal blocks, which is funny considering they look like I-beams here and they look like I-beams there. Anyways. All right, first half of the suspension bridge. I love how it's not, it's literally suspended. Looks like it's made with iron, which is so cool. So these should start to build, although it says these can't be reached. little bit concerning there. I might have to build some scaffolding down just so that we can accommodate that, unfortunately. There we go. So hopefully they'll be able to reach those down there at some point. I was hoping that they'd be able to reach them with that, but apparently they can only go so low. They can reach that one, they just can't reach the bottom one. So we've had to go down, and we've had to build that little scaffolding piece, which I suppose I just should have had that done in the first place. Looks like they're also building the dam blocks over here, which is great. Let's see, the drought is coming in 2.3 days. I am worried that we do not have enough water, what are they called? Water dumps. So I think I'm going to put one more water dump here, just because I want to make sure we have plenty of water in this reservoir. Or, no, better yet, I think what I'll do is I will pause 3 of those and we'll just work off from those. Maybe I'll have one more water pump down here. Make that a high priority. We also put over here we did clear out one lane so that we could put these large piles for planks. Hopefully, you know what? I never even checked. Yes, I can reach all the way up. Good. So they'll be able to build these at some point. The drought has started. Let's go ahead and pull this height up. Pull this height up. That'll kind of keep those reservoirs separate. There's a reason for that. I'll show you later. Let's go ahead and pause that guy, pause that guy, pause that guy. We should still be able to be pumping enough water because we have our water places down here. Let's make these high priority. Water's always high priority. Let's also unpause these so that they have a priority to keep the top reservoir filled. Let's go height up. The height's all the way up on this. Yeah, we'll do fine. This is a 7.5 drought, 7.5 day drought. So yeah, let's persevere through it. It's 3.1 days left. So what I've done is I pretty much just paused these 4 up top. We're keeping it filled as best we can. And we are pumping out water. Now we're getting down to the lowest amount. So let's go ahead and drop this height down completely. We're going to equalize the pressure between these two, or the water height. So now we're feeding off from both, which is a lot better. We could, and I'm kind of thinking at this point, let's go ahead and drop the height down. Let's drop this height down, and let's get all this water fed down into the lower reservoir and build that back up. So that way, yeah, we can just keep ourselves equalized as best as possible. This is draining down, ever so much. There we go. Whoa, that's draining in a little bit too fast. Overflow a little bit. Perfect. But now we're back up. Good. Awesome. Yeah, we're definitely going to need to get this reservoir, this large lake going. Then we can expand out this way, and we can work on building on the side of this cliff. And oh yeah. There's a lot of dreams that we're going to do. But guys, the drought's almost done. Thank you so much for joining me today. That is episode 6. We didn't do too much in this episode, but what we did do is we've got our plans made out. We've got this dam that's going to be built hopefully by the next episode, or in the next episode, as well as we've gotten things sorted out more. Things are going well. Our food supply is at 2.7. So yeah, thank you for joining me today. It's a little bit of a boring episode. We'll keep it nice and short, but we'll wait for the next one. Episode 7 is bound to be the bomb. So thank you guys, and I will see you guys on the next one. Later.